So, we are in the last day.
Yeah.
Please present yourself. You are one of the newest Morakniv ambassadors. Please present yourself
That's
to the
right.
fans.
I am Stijn van Oss, and I'm from the Netherlands. I'm very proud of being an ambassador. Since 2011, I started wood carving after a trip in Scandinavia visiting, and got hooked straight away. And it actually changed my life, and I dug into the trees more and more. And actually, for me, there came one point I found out it's kind of a wood yoga working out on me. I really like to share the knowledge and my experience from the last years, what it's done with me. It brings me peace. The wood carving learns me to be patient, to compromise with the wood, and to learn more about trees in the outdoors. So since I started with wood carving and went through the process, my total experience of being in a forest changed big time. And that feeling I really like to share, and I think it's good for everybody that starts carving to dig into the wood, dig into the trees. Yeah.
Now we have Humberto Costa from Brazil interrupting the video. So your first experience with Mora, you got first connected via wood carving in 2000.
Yeah, I think quite fast. I don't know I know Jarko already is responsible for the Benelux a longer time, and I've been active with Bergens of Norway as an ambassador, but also as a live experience manager, like for organizing events for the retail. And there we already combined like other Scandinavian items that's nice to present.
To
complete the whole. When you only work with one brand, sometimes it's good to connect and to make it a bigger feeling. And when it's not a competitor, it just can add the feeling. So outdoor cooking, we needed outdoor gear, or we needed knives, and we wanted to make them a kuksa. Like in Norway, they say trekop, like a tree muck. So there are many connections, and there we first did it with another brand, so like combining it. And yeah, and then actually 1 and 1 is 2, or makes 3. Let's so to say. So, but it's really nice to be in the company. It's quite a family feeling when you arrive here. It's very special to meet the other ambassadors finally and see each other. And what's really nice when you have the moments to share with each other is that there's so much passion with everybody, and everybody has his own topic, and you want to know and want to learn from each other. So it's a really good vibe. Yeah, it's really nice.
We've done many talks together.
Yeah.
And what impressed me most is your passion for sharing, for introducing knife as a tool and not as an object of appreciation, and use as the tool as an object of growth, internal growth.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that it's a bit different from the normal wood carving and
yeah, it's I think a lot of people struggle more and more. You see it with young children, but also with adults. It's very hard to not watch television or to not go on social media and spend hours and hours and hours. And I think we're getting more in a stressed life, like a lot of people. So you don't need to be an outdoor specialist or to get that same feeling. But what the wood carving taught me is that my brains go out. I just get focused, and there's a point when I carve and do a little bit come into the fine tuning, that I lose everything, and that I can dig into it, and there's just nothing. But also the process before getting the wood, getting through the forest, and then at the end, that proudness and that feel. I mean, it's not commercial. It's not about selling it. It's about the feeling it delivers and the proudness, and yeah, and we lost a little bit working with the hands.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I know I've heard you talk about the book. Do you know when can we expect?
Yeah, I expected it actually. You know, I'm not a writer, but I like concepts. And last year I created a silk screen print what we 50 by 70 centimeters. It was in Dutch in the original names, and we printed it with special made ink made out of husks from walnuts.
Okay.
So that's sold out, and with a part of the thing we earned, we're gonna plant trees in the Dutch state forest. So now for this event, especially, I made the translations also to Swedish and more languages, and that's going to be the cover of the book. So the concept is already there. We have like graphics and photography. It already stands, but I just need the time to dig in and to really write it in my own words. So I don't want to create a book, I think, with the techniques, especially about wood carving, because there are already many written very well. I just want to make the connection, what I say, you know, when you can't do wood carving when you don't have wood, and wood comes from trees. And besides beautiful birds, because that still is the birds.
Yeah, I saw your love for birds.
And especially here, you know, in
Especially
Sweden.
here,
The more you come up north, the better the quality is, I think. But of course, not everybody has only birch. And then I tried so many different tree types. It's amazing world what's inside the tree, and there's so many differences. So yeah, it's a journey, and it never stops. Like Humberto just gave me a piece of Brazilian hardwood.
Hardwood, yeah.
So that doesn't grow with us. And
I'm interested what you are going to do with it.
Yeah. And Hushai gave me some bamboo from Japan. I mean, that's also sharing. It doesn't grow with us. So I'm definitely gonna work with that and try to make something out of that. And the sharing is just nice, you know. It's very friendly people, and
it was three fantastic days. Yeah. Amazing.
Make new friends.
Make new friends.
And felt a kind of DNA, you know.
That we share. So many different cultures, so many different languages, but still we have this common passion for this brand. Few last questions. Favorite model?
I like the short wood carving knife 120 most. That's the one I have most in my hands. And next to that, it's not in the wood carving range, but I think I'm kind of in love with the Eldris.
Right. It's a common theme. Yeah.
I think it's just.
It's a strange knife.
Yeah, and it depends also on the color you have. But sometimes there is a color. I just want to hang it around. It's just a lovely
it's just a cool
piece.
knife,
It holds. It's a very functional small one. The 120 and the Eldris. I think those are the And plus, of course, I'm a wood lover. I like the classic ones with the wooden handles, and especially now the curly birch. And I know they're a little more expensive in the range, but to people who don't know, this is a special wood, and there's a lot of handwork with it, and you feel it. And when you buy that piece, there's none that looks the same, and it only gets nicer during the years. It gets
with
patina.
the patina, it gains a patina. It's
so
impossible to
maybe the
replicate.
favorite night. I would hopefully in the future, maybe it's an idea to make the 120 with that handle. Yeah, it's I just love wood, and it's the feel, the natural feel in your hand. It doesn't get cold, it doesn't get warm. And they get nicer through the years. Yeah.
Do you prefer carbon or stainless? It's the same. No special.
Yeah, it depends on maybe the which season.
Okay.
You have to be careful when it's a little bit moist in the air, you know, and when you put it away and you didn't take care, you didn't put some Vaseline on, then the carbon can get some rusty. Not real preference, but I'm also have to say, as I skied as a professional skier, you know, in the past, it's been a long time, and I never liked tuning the skis because it took a lot of time.
A lot of time.
And the time it took me away from skiing. So then I had a sort of a philosophy I can ski and try to avoid stones.
So you don't have to maintain it.
So on that, I think I try to with carving as well. Every 20 minutes, I try to. Every 20 minutes, I try to get my knives on the strop, and always have a brush with me to clean the surface of sand. And sometimes when I see sand, I use water. That saves sanding.
Jin, thank you very much. It was an honor to meet you. And thank you.
And the same respect for all your passion. And
Thank you.
we should stay in contact.
No,
with
no,
all,
we will stay in contact.
with all the heritage experience
for
and
sure.
knowledge you have.
For sure, for sure.
I'm
we'll
a
stay in
sucker for
contact.
heritage, so
For sure.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
okay.